Puppy! Or a horrifying badger. I don't know. Trouble Unleashed. A tragic day at the races. It's probably dog races. Or upsetting made-up animals in the setting, maybe. Rah, 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 rah. Look how goofy that thing is. It's like a fucked up cannibalistic Pokemon. It's not really cannibalism, but whatever. I can't even click on it. This is the most interesting thing on the screen and I can't even be like, what's up with them? Emergency release, covered in blood or badly painted. Some dentistry? No, that's lockpicking tools. The pistol had been recently fired. Does he have a gunshot wound? Yes. A bloody lip. A key. 2 to 3 p.m. feed dogs. 3 p.m. onwards, prep for race, then run errand for HB. Number 17's been overly protective. Easier to just keep by side at all times. So 17 keeps wanting to stick around this person, protect them. So they thought, okay, just let him walk around with you, whatever. He'll behave better if you just let him do it. Drill, microphone, tools. Was somebody trying to install spy equipment or something? At the races? Good thing we got here before they could get rid of the body. Find anything out, Roy? Looks like something happened at the office as well. I'll be damned. How'd they get past those 2 guards? I have a theory. I'll have to check some details. Anything else? How'd your interviews go? It's interesting, Cliff. They're evasive, but I'm not sensing any outright lies, except perhaps this vet business. Well, there's clearly a lot more outside. These meters are not even close to full. There's your tiger car. Seems maybe nobody's noticed it yet, but that's the one from the previous case. So you didn't see anything. Not at the kennels. I must apologize. I did see 2 men running away from the office. Then someone else went up to the door a little bit later. Can you describe the person? Not really. I was distracted by the sound of the race starting and that lovely polka-dotted dog. I had good money on her. So they are dogs. Oh, the little rabbity thing that the dogs chase is currently still running. No one turned it off. I took a hit for that guy. Hope we got what we came here for. Now I've just got to collect myself and keep away from those cops. They came here to steal something. He got left behind and he took a hit, but he's not caught. Kiosk. Friday races. So there's a schedule and names and numbers, so we can identify who's who amongst the racers. Arlick, Twizzle, Paddington, Jess, Runner, Godsend, Maggie, Fast Legs, Benny, and Blue. I've been here all day. I will say I did hear some people around the office area making commotion. Did you hear what they were saying? One was hurling insults about Miss Bauer, saying she ruined their business and that she's the mayor's pet. Insulting Hildegard Bauer here seems unwise. And unwarranted. Miss Bauer is a hard worker and she always finds time to support her favorite girl. The Bauer Sports Club, that was in the guy's jacket when he died. Also, this is the New Wells dog track. When I heard like the case of the New Wells or whatever it was called, I was like, I almost expected something like cosmic horror-y about these New Wells. But it seems like it's just the neighborhood name. Or the town? While I was waiting in line to make my bet, some guy in a big coat shoved past, calling out for Benny. Did he find him? I don't know. He searched around for a moment and suddenly ran off towards those wooden gates. Newell's dog track, Racer Godsend 6, To win, $5 stake. A subsidiary member of the Bauer National. Was Benny not one of the racers? Benny is racer 17. They're looking for Benny, which is racer 17, which is the one that's being protective lately. We've heard about that already. Only time I left my post was to chase off a troublemaker while the race was happening. Is this your usual post? It is now. We had a break-in on Tuesday night, so we're not letting anything slide. We're keeping tight watch on this office, day and night. Keep Andiers out. Yellow jackets work in pairs, stupid jerks. Yellow jackets. The guy's wearing a yellow jacket. Not to be confused with the show Yellow Jackets. I got a shipment of 6 items going out to the new asset today. The usual method should work. Let him in for pickup at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. Also, if the blonde comes in whining again, tell him to suck it up and keep working with the Tsar. If he can't defend himself against a one-handed man, that's his own damn problem. The Tsars are a useful part of this organization. HB. So one of the Tsars lost a hand, so it seems like it was not the guy from the past. Bauer Restoration Works, they bored over the window. This is probably Bauer. Nothing is missing, just like last time. All they did was cause a mess. Any idea how they got in? No, I'm in here all day and keep it locked up when I'm not. Now, could you hurry this up, detective? I have all my meetings in this office, and your presence is not conducive to business. This is Jess. The name Jess is on their neck. Unless their dog is Jess. Is one of the dogs named Jess? Jess, 15. Okay. So they own dog 15. So I assume this is Miss Bauer. Was she named? Hildegard Bauer. Hello? Look at the funny dogs. Track owner. Kennel Master's probably the dead guy. Northsider favorite girl. I need to find Jess, right? And then yeah. Favorite girl in Benny are 2 dogs. Door guard should be this guy, right? Bodyguard, someone else. This one looks like a horse. There's a door guard. I'm always by Miss Bauer's side, and I don't talk to the police. Just for the record, can you tell me about the victim? Did he have any enemies? People who would wish him harm? Okay, so large face is bodyguard. On, in, under, bed beside. Okay, so this shelf normally has that. That's the film reel, isn't it? A screw. It appears to be all the stuff that was in here. Oh, that's not a suitcase. It looked like a suitcase at first, but I'm seeing now that it's a kennel door for Zira. I didn't see that before. That's a kennel for carrying Zira around. I don't know if that's the kennel master. He might be the kennel master. He has a note about what to do. Yeah, he has a schedule to feed the dogs. He's probably the kennel master. Didn't know if all the tools meant that he was somebody who was called in to fix something. Like the mishaps with the bird place before. So sorry about the mess. Benny knocked over the plant, which hit the stuff off the shelf, but I gathered up all 7 items and nothing seems broken. So there's a note about gathering everything up and being helpful there, but then all that stuff was in the kennel with them? Why not just leave it here? Like, why do you take it with him in that way? That's Benny who made the mess. No more slums. Heritage building renovation plan where promises Hildegard delivers. Wednesday, meet with BRW board in RE Heritage project. Ensure MM absent. Keep MM out. Was Moira's other name also an M? Thursday, meet with restaurant staff, RE stock, replenishment, and new security measures. The lock is scratched and damaged. Someone really had to force their way in here. Maybe using some of the tools. Then they left a note like Benny knocked it over? Was the stuff being knocked over separate completely from the break-in? I was with Leo before it happened. He told me to make the call that Zero's ready for pickup. Pickup? Oh, to take to the vet. Zero's one of our dogs. Very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. Okay, so they're smuggling stuff. Because Zira is the name on here. So somebody was stealing all this stuff from that room, labeled it, put it in Zira's kennel, and was going to try to do a pickup via that. But then why leave the note explaining the shelf and everything? Like, yeah, I gathered up, nothing seems, but why are you, like, in prison? Like, incriminating yourself in that way? I got here after the race is finished. I saw that dogs had gotten out and knew something was wrong. That's when I found Leo like that. You're looking a little worse for wear yourself. Oh, this? You don't need to worry about me, officer. Just some roughhousing. The dogs are all out and about. They wear little jackets. Look at their goofy little jackets. Maggie. Godsend. Jess. Twizzle. Look at Twizzle. Jess is just losing their goddamn mind. So the one... the purpley one should be the favorite girl. Maggie, Godsend, Twizzle. Benny is number 17 and is always kept around, so I guess this must be Benny then that's in the cage. Is this the guy that I'm looking at? Oh, yeah, the guy I haven't gotten to yet, this guy right here. I almost didn't see you up here. Did you know anything about what happened? I've just come down from the north side of town and don't know much about this place, but I think someone in a big coat entered the kennels. This is the north sider then, I guess. The 3-day cassette tape is full. That's a lot of cassette recordings. This person's been spying, probably. I guess this is the czar? No? You're not one of the czars? The yellow jacket people? So these two have the jackets. This is the investigator. Put the puppies over here. This is the investigator, this is one of the guests, and this is the booth worker. They didn't also name a dog Czar, right? I know I'm checking here. There's a board for them. Let's see. It's probably the kennel master because they have the names. They have like information about the dogs on them. Bodyguard and door guard. That seems like their only job is just to explain that to me. Northsider, it's the only instance of the Northsider stuff coming up. She's explicitly the one who owns the track. So it could be wrong about the Czar, or it could be wrong about the dogs. But so let's just double confirm some stuff. You have Jess on your neck. Always has time for her favorite girl. That's Jess. Seems pretty straightforward. That's Godsend, so that's not Benny. That's Twizzle, so that's not Benny. And that's Maggie, so that's not Benny. So Benny's the one that's left over, the one that's caged. Which is the one that also was said to keep nearby. Oh yeah, and Benny has been awkwardly captured. This isn't a normal lock. Somebody slid the broom handle in here to trap it after it fought back. And that's where this jacket here is. So the person that was trying to steal the stuff, whatever the hell's going on in here, they were here with their lockpicking set and their gun, and the kennel master came in for work and had Benny with them because Benny's been acting up. Benny, at some point, attacked the imposter, the intruder, and the intruder shot the kennel master. And the intruder was able to trap Benny in one of the cells via this broom. And they still have a piece of their clothing, but it's not really much of a reveal here. Blue scrap, blue jacket. I assume they're covered in the kennel master's blood. They dropped their gun. I guess Benny attacked the jacket, and then they stripped off the jacket to get away. This guy says that Zero's one of our dogs, very sick. You probably don't want to get too close. Oh, and he's missing a hand. That would do it. I came back here just for the dialogue because I was like, oh, Zero's one of the dogs, very sick. Don't want to get too close. Like this first half is like, oh yeah, I was told Zero's ready for pickup. There's plausible deniability there of like whether or not he knows about that Zero is not a dog, but it's a bunch of random stuff. But in this part, it's like, yeah, Zero's sick. Probably don't want to look too close. It's like, so you don't want to get close because then you'll see that the kennel's full of stuff and not a dog. But then I see the hands missing. I'm like, okay, no, that's the Czar. Yep. I feel good that I remembered what was suspicious about him before I even saw the hand. On Tuesday, a member of the Czar gang. Blah the blah. Is it shelf? They left a note to I don't know. On Friday, that blah, the blah and the blah were busy, blah blah blah. One member of the Tsar gang, blah the blah, while the other tried to... Are Yellow Jackets on here? Separately? Let's see. So 2 to 3 p.m. feed the dogs, which is when he would have been in here, right? To catch them. I guess let's say 2 p.m. Shot the kennel master. Oh, the other tried to... Does it collect the tape recorder? Because it's you who's suspicious, right? Is this the other guy that was in the fight and he lost his jacket during the attack? And he makes a point to single out the guy with the big coat, which would be, it's a great way of distracting away from yourself if you lost your big coat. And you're like, yeah, some guy with the big coat, you know, not me. I'm not dressed like that. It's a microphone, a cable, other tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. 6 items. I don't know if he stole the tape recorder from there or not. Two men running away from the office, then someone who went up to the door a little later. The 2 men running away was because this guard chased him. So this guy got beat up to distract the guard. Then the other guy went in. Like, these are the Tsars, and they're supposed to be working here, supposedly? This guy's kind of suspicious because he did get beaten up. Which suggests that he was in the fight. Okay, so there's a whole separate page called Death. Can't fit them on the screen at once. But yeah, let's not do Shot the Kennel Master yet. Let's see. Oops. Is there any other word for gang here? Should I be thinking about these yellow people? Andier? Is Andier not one of the dogs? Arlick. Said keep Andier out. Andiers. Okay, so the yellow jackets are the gang. So it's the Andiers that broke in here. I don't know what... I'm not sure what the top part is yet. I remember the Andier gang distracted the door guard while the other tried to steal or collect, I guess. Broke into, collect, distracted, fighting, knocked, raced, record, shot, stole, talking, watched, wrote. He collected the tape recorder because that's what this guy has, and this must be the Andier gang because the two Czars are already here, and they're supposed to be here, as far as I can tell. So the track owner and the someone were busy. Kennel master? Maybe not. Watching the race, maybe? What did you say we were doing? My meeting's in this office, my presence is not connected to business. We have plans for Wednesday and Thursday, but we're talking about Tuesday and Friday here. There's a break-in. Does the ticket verify what day it is right now? It's just to help me out here. Well, the death happened, so it must be on Friday. Yeah, basically everything happens on Friday. That's just something that happened earlier this week. When the shelf got damaged. Member of the Tsar gang, something the something. Broke into? Collect, distracted, knocked. Knocked the shelf instead of knocked over or damaged sounds weird. Fighting, race, record. Shot. Stole. Sudden jump cut to like 10 hours later. I was feeling kind of garbagey earlier. And a little overwhelmed and a little out of it. And I had a bunch of shit I had to go do, so I went and did that, and now it's so much later. And I'm gonna try to pick up where I left off. Great! It's fine. Alright. On Tuesday, a member of the Tsar gang, something... the something... They something but left a note to the blah... Fuck. God, it's really hard when you don't know where the sentence is going at some point. So Tuesday and Friday. The 3-day cassette tape. Okay, so that's important, right? It's a 3-day cassette tape. Friday is 3 days after Tuesday. So they... something in the cassette. Microphone? Hid? It might be that the... not the Tsar gang. It's a member of the Andier gang broke into the office. They... broke into, collect, distracted, fighting, knocked, race, record, wrote... Leave a note. Microphone to record the track owner's meetings. They call it microphone or a recorder or something. Tape recorder. Technically more accurate. They both have microphones, to be clear. They blah blah but left a but left a tape recorder. Record the okay. They blah blah. They stole nothing. Cause she gives a statement about how somebody broke in but didn't take anything, and that's why the lock's messed up. So ignore the note. It's not. I was like left a type of right here. It's like, oh, but left a note because somebody left a note. So that seemed like it was important to the story, but like maybe not. Okay, on Friday at 2 p.m., the track owner and the kennel master were busy watching something race. Jess race, right? 2 p.m. the track owner. Okay, Jess. It's this one, right? Yeah, Jess. The track owner and the kennel master were busy watching Jess race. One member of the Andy was getting distracted the door guard while the other tried to collect the tape recorder. Okay, so kennel master's wrong. It's because the bodyguard always goes with her, right? That's not the answer. I was thinking you. Okay, that's the suspicious one. This guy, right? I'm always by Miss Bauer's side and I don't talk to the police. Yes, the track owner and the bodyguard. Okay, so I guess what time did Jess race then? 4:10 p.m. So ignore the food eating part. 4:10 p.m. Yep. Okay, so everything else was right. I just need to get the time right. Whew. So the Andy gang broke into the office. They stole nothing but left a tape recorder to record the track owner's meetings. At 4:10 p.m., the track owner and the bodyguard were busy watching Jess race. One member of the Andy gang distracted the door guard while the other tried to collect the tape recorder. So the big thing to fixate on was this, having a 3-day cassette tape recording, which is an oddly specific detail to get. You're like, okay. And then it makes sense that this place has been broken into, and she's even like, they didn't steal it. Nothing's missing, just like last time. Just like last time. So they even know that someone broke in 3 days ago, and then someone broke in today, and both times they didn't steal anything. So there's suspicion to be had, but they don't. But even they are like, well, they're not stealing anything, and I got shit to do today. Fuck you. Just go away. Okay, so now to try to fill in the second page. On Friday at blah blah, the blah went to the blah blah. Items from the blah after office. Kennel Master went to collect. So we need to count the number of things on the silhouette thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. Went to collect 6 items from the office. I don't know what the time is. Collect 6 things from the office after blah blah the blah. After blah shot. Is it shot? The blah down. Knocked. No, blue. Knocked. After Benny? Wasn't it Benny knocked the shelf down? The Kennel Master left with 6 items. The object was a... So one of the items is important. We can check the inside of this thing. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did he leave with the 7th? Yeah. So this guy, perhaps, was it innocent? I don't know. I don't think it was innocent because the other people are trying to plan some kind of smuggly thingy, which I think is that's the Tsars, not the Yellow Jackets. Something's up. So 7 items. The 7th object was a tape recorder, right? Which had been beside the plant? Seems right to me. There's only 6 items here and they're all on the shelf. Did they ever say where the tape recorder was put? Because no one's talking about it. We don't get to listen to the tape recorder either. Maybe it might have been beside the plant. Or under the shelf? There's a lot of verbs you can put here, I guess. Around something, the blah saw the blah's blah and went looking for blah. When he saw that blah was a blah, he went to the blah while he blah over the blah. Fucking Jesus Christ. All right, the blah blah the blah. Oh my goodness, what's the sentence talking about? The blah saw the blah's blah. Went to the kennels. Leo and Roy. Who are Leo and Roy? It's weird to not have names identified in this game. Run errand for HB. 2 to 3 p.m. feed the dogs. 3 p.m. onwards prep for the race, then run an errand for HB. Man, those are weird looking dogs. With the mane and everything. This notice from HB. I've got a shipment of 6 items going out to the new asset today. The usual method should work. Let's let him in for a pickup at 3:45. I'll be out grabbing a seat. Also, if the blonde comes whining again, tell him to suck it up and keep working with the Tsar. If he can't defend himself against a one-handed man, that's his own damn problem. The Tsars are a useful part of this organization, HB. Hildegard Bauer. So that is her. Writing it on your hand is very funny. So HB planned it. Nobody was smuggling or stealing these items from HB's office. They just were on a shelf, but it was planned that they would be taken away. But then the shelf got knocked over and they found the tape recorder. 3:45. That's up here. Countermaster went to collect 6 items from the office. After Benny knocked the shelf down, the countermaster left with 7 items. The 7th object was a tape recorder, which had been, let's say, under the shelf, maybe? It might have been beside the plant, I'm not sure. But it's something, it got mixed up with the items because Benny knocked the shelf over. Then Blah saw the Blah's Blah. And went looking for Blah. Jeez. All right. This would be when the Andiers would distract the door guard. The door guard chased the Andier. The other Andier went in and tried to retrieve the tape recorder, but then it wasn't there. So then he saw the kennel master leaving with the items probably and went into the barn, the kennels, and he killed him to get the tape recorder from him and then took off. But I just don't, I'm not part, that's what the story I want, that I probably need to put in here, some part of that. I just am not parsing the sentence and its blanks because it's just such a fragmentary nightmare. He went to the blah. Like, that makes sense, right? Because that's the destination where the murder happens, at least. Shot the kennel master. The Andier shot the kennel master, right? While fighting over the tape recorder, the Andier shot the kennel master. That should make sense. We saw that the kennel master was and then it's brown or red. A vet? Ow. Ah. Stupid crank. I had the crank sticking out of my standing desk, and I just went right into it. How do we know where they went and why, from their perspective? There it is. Bay knocked over the plant and then hit the stuff off the shelf, so it gathered up all the items and nothing seems broken. So now we know this note was by the kennel master, which I guess I kind of always figured, but I was trying to figure out why the people who stole something left a note. And they didn't steal a note. They didn't leave a note. These people broke in twice over the tape recorder, and separately the kennel master that actually took all the items left a note, and he was taking the items under the consent of the owner. So the items were taken, but they weren't stolen. What an incredibly confusing scenario there. But the note mentions Benny, which does support what I was about to say, because I'm like, is it saying that he saw that Benny was a dog? I was like, who was a thing? How is it a discovery? And I'm like, oh, they find out that Benny is a dog because they keep naming Benny. Because I was trying to look for a place where they would have found the name Benny or number 17 to come to the conclusion that they need to find him to find the tape recorder. I think that I currently think, since they knocked over the plant, I think that the tape recorder was in the plant. Like, in the pot. I'm kind of all over the place, though. It could have been under the shelf, it could have been in the plant, it could have been by the plant. It just would have been mixed up in the mess, and there's enough variability, and I don't know if anyone actually mentioned where it was placed, and I don't think I see a silhouette anywhere. So around sometime after 3:45. The blah, we'll tell the blahs. Blah, and we're looking for blah. It's the Andier saw the Kennel Master's note and went looking for Benny. Then found out that Benny is a dog. Okay, so what's our best bet of what the time is? It should be, it's 4:10, right? Because that's when she has to be gone for the race. Hey! It is in the plant. That's technically the only one. That's technically the only guess that counts because all the other ones weren't with everything filled in. So I did it right. Whew. Got stuck there for a bit. You solved the scenario. To get dirt on the Bowers, 2 members of the rival Andier gang planted a recording device in Hildegard's office. When they returned to collect it 3 days later, it had been mistakenly moved to the kennels part of a secret delivery. During the struggle to take back the recording device, one of the Andiers shot Leo, the kennel master. Leo, no. Miss Bauer, this project continues to show promise. Our new friend's offer of power seems to have been more than just an attempt to save his own life. And to think, if he hadn't hit your restaurant, the Andiers may have been the ones who found him. Communication has been somewhat tricky, although he doesn't look it. He is speaking Lemurian, but it sounds like some ancient version of what I speak. Luckily, his Albionian is improving every day, so we can often meet in the middle. I know we haven't been able to get Zira moved out yet, but we're ready to continue to phase 2 testing of the Disarranger as soon as you are. Pouty or something. The Disarranger is not a word term I like to hear. That just sounds like an upsetting device. Let's see. Our new friend's offer of power seems to have been more than just an attempt to save his own life. So that's the guy who is from the past. So somebody got a hold of him, it looks like. Okay, so Bauer also owns the restaurant from the first mission. And now this guy is in the custody of the Tsars. And they're starting to figure out how to speak to each other. Still haven't been able to get Zira out, but phase 2 testing of the Disarranger. What does that mean? What's going on with Zira? Zira's a dog. Mr. Pouty? Your update is appreciated. The Andiers may have gotten their hands on him, but what they did get from us... The Andiers may not have gotten their hands on him, but what they did get from us endangers our whole operation. If our naive benefactor learns that what we've been doing, things will sour very quickly. I will bring the supplies myself, keep an ear to the ground. If we see any signs that she knows, phase 2 testing will need to be done on an accelerated schedule. HB. The Blah gang, headed by Blah, was one of 2 Blah Blah Newells. Blah Blah gained Blah Blah's Blah by working on the Blah and gave advice that the Blah gang help. That helped the gang? As revenge, the Blah gang, Okay, I mean, we only done 2 missions out of 4, so I'm just gonna not try to parse all of that context right now, or I will lose my mind. My entire mind.